20th. Today is kind of a day where I say just listen to everything Heather says, no matter what it is. Listen to it, swear by it. If she tells you
every day.
Listen, if she tells you take a detour, you say yes, no question.
Is my husband watching?
Yes. I always listen to you, but I want them to really understand the detours today are so important.
Yes,
and there's a reason why you're talking about it.
80, there's the sinkhole now, and it's a new sinkhole, and it's in the same exact spot in Wharton. And Phil's out there. He's been talking about it. It's a nightmare. 80 is a well-traveled roadway.
It is.
It is, and we should remind people of that.
Yes.
It is so well-traveled, but it has been going through it, and you've been talking about this
for months.
the last
So be like her husband and listen, all right? There you go.
And Brittany, like, I mean, driving today was trying because it's the fog, but then there's like actual mist and drizzle. For some people.
So
I mean,
misty, foggy.
Is that going to continue?
It will, unfortunately, this morning, and it's officially spring. 501.
It's 501. We did
it. That's the end of the good news.
I feel like spring.
That's where it ends.
Wish we had yesterday's weather today, but a totally different story. Mostly cloudy and foggy this morning, wet in some areas, so make sure to take your time for your morning commute. It's currently 42 in Central Park, and temperatures are very similar all across the map, but I want to start by showing you visibility because that's the bigger story this morning. It's at or below 2 miles. Zooming in closer, Newark a half a mile, below a quarter of a mile at JFK, 2 at LaGuardia. So make sure to check in for any potential flight delays. Skies are mostly cloudy, and even though radar isn't showing any rainfall, it is wet in some areas. Radar has a hard time seeing those very small mist and drizzle particles. Temperatures primarily in the 30s and the 40s. It's 41 in White Plains, the same in Bridgeport, up to 42 in Toms River. So get ready for a cooler and cloudy day with highs only topping out in the low to mid 50s. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll keep a chance for an isolated shower, but most of the rain moves in late tonight, very early tomorrow morning. Heather?
All right, so this is that news we were talking about at the desk. Wharton, New Jersey, 80 both ways now at exit 34, 2 separate sinkholes. All lanes are closed down, both directions until further notice. So we do have some options for you. You can hop on 46 as your alternate. You can go down 206. It's going to be a headache, but you definitely want to use those alternate routes. George Washington Bridge, look at how foggy that is. You've heard Brittany talking about that this morning. So the Lincoln Tunnel doing fine coming down the Helix, but again, those very foggy conditions. The Holland Tunnel doing fine getting inbound. This is a look at the New Jersey Turnpike right in front of Newark Airport, so do give yourself some extra time as far as travel. In addition to airline travel, you want to get in touch with your individual carrier. We have alternate side of the street parking rules in effect. Pedro, over to you.
All right, thank you. Now back to that commuter alert.
We're more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic together. So spring officially started about 10 minutes ago. We are kicking off the new season with foggy and cloudy, even misty weather. So it's wet in some areas. You'll likely need some extra time for your morning commute. Temperatures are in the 40s, and this afternoon we cool down to the 50s and we'll keep mostly cloudy skies. So temperatures more so in the upper 40s and the low 50s near the coast, and the mid to upper 50s farther inland, but overall much cooler compared to yesterday. There's also a chance for an isolated shower. The bulk of the rain moves in after sunset through tonight, and temperatures fall down to the 30s and the 40s. Some of that rain could be heavy in some areas, so there's an AccuWeather alert. When it comes to the timing, hour by hour, a chance for a spot shower, and then after sunset, that's when widespread rain arrives, even a chance for ponding on roads. Early tomorrow morning, rain tapers off, and the rest of Friday is sunny, but also cooler and breezy. We'll see high temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s, with winds gusting up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Heather?
All right, Brittany, we have this.
I don't know how many stories we've seen where the bears open the car, they break the window, they get in, and they get your food. So even if you leave your food in the car for a little bit, a snack or something, they smell it.
Not safe.
You get into your car.
Whew, so that system that we saw in Indiana, is that part of what we're experiencing here?
Yeah, it's a part of the same system, a cold front. So we get most of the rain after sunset, but even during the day, it's just gloomy and misty. Really not a great hair day either because of all the humidity. So you have a warning. Temperatures temperatures are down in the 40s. You can see that low ceiling looking outside our sky cam, down to 42 in Central Park, and winds are much lighter, near 3 miles per hour. I want to start with showing you visibility because that's the bigger story this morning. It's 2 miles or lower for many spots, especially near the coast due to all of the moisture. Also, make sure to check in for any potential flight delays because it's very low at the airports too. Down to 41 in White Plains, 45 in Poughkeepsie. Good morning in Montauk. You're stepping outside to 43. We take these temperatures in the low to mid 50s, a bit warmer for spots farther inland because you're away from that cooler ocean influenced air. So Manalapan 61, Old Bridge 60 compared to a high of only 54 in Brick and 54 as well in Stafford. Skies are mostly cloudy, so radar is not showing rainfall, but it is wet in some areas because we're starting out with patchy drizzle and mist here and there, and radar has a hard time seeing those very small drizzle particles. So just cloudy and damp for your morning commute, and foggy as well. This is that same system we just talked about, an area of low pressure and a cold front sparking a long line of rainfall stretching from the Great Lakes all the way across the southeast. That will get closer and closer, bringing us a wet Thursday evening. So let's look at the timing hour by hour. Today throughout this afternoon, mostly cloudy, turning breezy, a spot shower here and there, and then watch what happens after sunset. Widespread soaking rainfall arrives. That could lead to localized flooding and some ponding too. That tapers off early tomorrow morning, so before sunrise on Friday, there's a small chance for a lingering shower, especially east of the city. But for the rest of tomorrow, it's sunny, also cooler and windy. High temperatures top out near 50, but gusty winds near 40 to 45 miles per hour will make it feel more so like the lower 40s. Rainfall totals will range between 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch, with some isolated heavier amounts possible. The bigger picture showing a pretty active pattern on the way. Saturday, clouds and sunshine, a chance for a spot shower, but it's not going to be a washout for the start of the weekend, so that is good news. On Sunday, breezy but turning cooler, temperatures near 50. We'll see another round of rainfall on Monday with highs in the lower 50s. Today, 54, a gloomy and wet start, then maybe a few breaks of sunshine, cloud cover still winds out, a late shower west. Most of the rain comes in tonight, and AccuWeather alert for a few pockets of heavier rainfall, even a chance for an isolated thunderstorm. Tomorrow, 53, real field temperatures down in the 40s, all thanks to winds out of the northwest gusting over 40 to 45 miles per hour. For the rest of the 7-day forecast, a pretty active pattern. So a straight shower on Saturday, not a washout. Sunday down to 50, 56 and wet on Monday, and temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. Heather?
All right, Brittany, we're going to zoom in and talk to you about the big story of this morning, and that is the new sinkhole in Wharton, New Jersey. So 80 both ways now at exit 34, 2 separate sinkholes on the opposite side of the roadway here. So we have all lanes closed down until further notice in that spot. And if you can, you're going to go on 80, but that's going to take you westbound. You'll be diverted off at exit 34. And this is already causing some pretty heavy delays now. 80 eastbound to go 7 miles, it will take you 14 minutes. And then as you travel on to 206, or 15 rather, I can already see that we are picking up some traffic here getting onto 80. So that's about 9 minutes, which isn't too bad, but that's going to get worse. And then at this point, Route 10 eastbound is your best bet to as an alternate there. Alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. Pedro, Charlene, over to you.
Heather and Brittany. Weather though. Brittany.
Yeah, it's gloomy and foggy all across the area. That could slow you down during your morning commute. So happy spring. Temperatures in the lower 40s. Not too chilly as we head into this afternoon. Much cooler compared to yesterday, only topping out at 54 in the city. So highs reach the 50s around most of the tri-state, but that sea breeze will hold down temperatures in the upper 40s near the south-facing shoreline. A tad bit warmer farther inland with highs near 57 in Morristown, and Poughkeepsie just shy of 60. You could see maybe a few isolated breaks of sunshine. There's a small chance for a stray shower throughout the day, but most of the rain comes in late tonight, and temperatures fall down in the 30s and the 40s. I want to show you the timing hour by hour throughout this afternoon. A stray shower, patchy drizzle, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the 50s. And then after sunset, that's when we'll see widespread soaking rainfall. Some of that could be heavy, so there's an AccuWeather alert for localized flooding and ponding on roads. Early tomorrow morning, by this time tomorrow, mainly dry. There could be a lingering shower far east of the city, but Friday is dry and sunny, also much cooler. Temperatures near 50 and gusty winds up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Heather?
Brittany, let's talk about this accident that happened.
Best actors we've had in terms of he could do everything, action and drama, does it all. But you hear so much about what he's going through, so it's so nice to see a video like that.
And it happened to him so young, and it made people understand and learn more about this particular type of dementia.
Absolutely.
Really devastating for families. Let's talk about our AccuWeather forecast, because we just hit spring officially.
Yes.
501?
So yes, some good news. The weather,
That's
good news. Not as nice as yesterday. So cloudy, misty, foggy, and that could all slow you down. And temperatures are cooler too, only hitting the 50s. There's also an AccuWeather alert for potential heavier rainfall that comes in this evening through tonight. It's 43 in the city. Winds are light, near 3 miles per hour. I want to show you visibility all around the tri-state. It's at or below 2 miles for many spots, and zooming in closer to the local airports, Newark down to a half a mile, below a quarter of a mile at JFK, and 2 at LaGuardia, White Plains 1. So check for any potential flight delays. Temperatures in the 40s, so it's not super chilly. 43 in Newark, the same in Belmar and Poughkeepsie. Good morning. You're stepping outside to 45. We take these numbers only in the 50s, so it's going to be warmer for spots farther inland because you have the best chance of seeing a few breaks of sunshine. Clouds will still win out, but thanks to southeast flow, that cooler ocean influence air keeping temperatures down for Suffolk County in the upper 40s and the lower 50s. Montauk 49, the same in Quogue. Also Brookhaven 49 degrees and Coram 50. On satellite and radar, skies are mostly cloudy. It's not really showing rainfall, but it is wet in some spots because we are starting out with patchy drizzle, and radar has a hard time seeing those very small mist and drizzle particles. We'll see heavier rain later this evening, all thanks to this approaching cold front already sparking a long line of rainfall stretching from the Great Lakes as far as the southeast. So as that front gets closer, we hold on to mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few breaks of sunshine far north and west of the city. Then watch what happens after sunset. Widespread soaking rainfall starts to fall. That could lead to ponding on roads, even localized flooding. Early tomorrow morning before sunrise, the bulk of this is out of here, but we could start out with a lingering shower for the east end. The rest of Friday is dry, sunny, but also cooler and windy. Temperatures near 50 will feel more so like the lower 40s, all thanks to northwest winds gusting near 40 to 45 miles per hour. Rainfall totals will range between a quarter of an inch to 3/4 of an inch, and maybe some isolated heavier amounts. The latest drought monitor that comes out at 8:30, so I'll post that on social media and show that for our later shows today. The bigger picture showing another cold front approaching Saturday. It's not going to have a lot of moisture to work with, but enough to squeeze out a passing shower. Just not expecting a washout, but a shower possible here and there on Saturday. Sunday, dry, chilly, cooler temperatures near the 50s, and then Monday, the return of rainfall. So we're setting up for a pretty active and wet pattern. Today, 54, morning fog and drizzle, then a few breaks of sun, a late shower west, southeast winds picking up ranging from 10 to 20 miles per hour. An AccuWeather alert this evening through tonight for periods of rain, even an isolated thunderstorm that could lead to ponding, turning breezy. Tomorrow, 53, turning sunny, also windy, northwest winds sustained 15 to 30, gusting near 40 to 45 miles per hour. For the rest of the 7-day forecast, temperatures reach the upper 50s on Saturday, a passing shower once again, not a washout, and then we cool to 50 on Sunday. Some spots could struggle to get out of the upper 40s. It's breezy too. 56 and wet on Monday, and temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. Heather?
I'm not liking that wintry wind thing that's over there. Ew. Okay, let's zoom in here and talk about what's happening on the Bell Parkway as you go onto the westbound side right near exit 22. One lane is closed down. That's because of an accident. So you can see that traffic is slowing down getting into that spot. LIRR, Long Beach branch, suspended both ways. There's police activity going on at Valley Stream. Everything else is running on or close to schedule. J trains do have some delays and service changes. JFK, LaGuardia, Newark. After hearing Brittany's forecast, you're definitely going to want to check in with your individual carrier. Then you have this breaking traffic news. 80 both ways, exit 34. 2 separate sinkholes, all lanes closed down both directions. Alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. We'll be back with more traffic news and weather after the break.